Welcome back to what is a Wildcat Wednesday. Keith Martin from the K-State Extension Office joining us. Keith, I know you got a couple big events coming up. It is officially spring 2018.
Yes, spring has sprung.
Start with some pasture management and also brush management.
Right. Well, as spring has sprung, that means that weeds are going to start germinating here pretty quickly. So we're going to be looking at controlling those in pastures. We need to know that weeds have a huge impact on the productivity of the pasture. So that's going to be the focus of our first meeting. I'm going to be talking a little bit about some basics of weed management. Basically, that's talking about managing your pasture so it's healthy and competitive. The more competitive the pasture is, the less likely we have for weeds to germinate. Then I'll be talking specifically about some problems we seem to have, and that is broom sedge blue stem, or also known as poverty grass, which is pretty widespread. And then I'm going to focus also on Sericea lespedeza.
If I was asked you to go back to this time last year and what you anticipated as far as what you saw, and then we fast forward to this year, number one, what are you anticipating to be a big problem weed-wise?
Well, it's probably just typically going to be the same almost every year. It's annual weeds. We have a lot of ragweeds, and then the broom sedge blue stem and the Sericea also. Basically because those are things that it takes a long term to do the change. You know, for example, broom sedge blue stem is a short-term perennial, so that means it's going to take it a while to get established. It's going to take some good management practices for a while to reduce that, primarily looking at making your pasture more competitive through proper fertilization, proper utilization, and then also trying to control seed through maybe mowing or possibly even maybe burning in the fall.
Okay. I tell you what, let's throw up the particulars. Ashley, I got it sitting there on Max Storm, and I'll let Keith run it down because I want to transition here to your second one coming up. So this is going to be a Tuesday, April 3rd, 6:30. Registration is at 6. And
no, we're registering at 6:30. The program will start at 6:45.
Got it.
It's going to be held there at the Girard High School cafeteria, located there off of West Cedar. Sometimes it's hard to find the cafeteria because it's kind of in the middle of everything, but we'll have some K-State vehicles parked out there where you need to come in, and we may even have someone out there to direct you to the proper place.
Now, coming up after that, we're going to talk about sheep and goats.
Right. That's something new we haven't tried before.
Okay, then I ask why.
Well, because there seems to be more interest in sheep and goats, and maybe it's something we haven't maybe felt as comfortable addressing, but I actually have some sheep myself.
You are a livestock agent?
So I've acquired a little bit of experience. So we're going to focus on, as Steve Hart, who is from Langston University, says there's 3 P's in goat production. That's profit, parasites, and predators. And if you don't take care of the predators and the parasites, you probably don't have much profit. So we're going to focus on predator management. We're going to have a presentation about that, and then also a presentation about parasite management. We have a lot of problems with the goats, particularly in terms of parasite wormer resistance, probably because of maybe overuse of wormers in some instance. So she's going to talk about that, some strategies to hopefully manage your resistance by maybe using something different than we have previously, some alternatives to wormers. And then we'll be talking a little bit about, we're going to have a panel from some local auction managers, going to talking about what buyers want. So
and here's your particulars for that as well. Cue that.
So that will be Tuesday, April 17th, begin at 6:30 at the Southeast Ag Research Center there in Parsons, located just off 400 on Ness Road. It's just south there. It's really easy to find. Again, we'll start with registration at 6:30. All right. Begin at 6:45.
Well, hey, best of luck. I love the fact that you're embarking upon this new one with the sheep and the goats, and I know your pasture management one is great. Hey, don't hesitate to ever give Keith a call or email him with any questions. Let's come back and talk 7-Day right after this.